There's a harsh truth no one wants to admit about money. The financial world is not fair. You've seen it. Some people work every single day, grinding, sweating, sacrificing their sleep, and still end up broke, while others seem to move effortlessly. They make one decision, one move, and suddenly they're free. But here's the secret no one tells you. Wealth has less to do with effort and more to do with engineering. Machiavelli once said, "Fortune is a woman, and to keep her under, you must master her." He wasn't talking about love, he was talking about control. The control over chaos, the ability to design your destiny instead of waiting for luck to visit you. And that's exactly what this video is about. How to get rich, not by luck, not by talent, not by inheritance, but by building systems that make wealth inevitable. Now, before we go deeper, let's make one thing clear. This is not about greed. This is not about stepping on others or chasing shiny things. This is about sovereignty, the power to live life on your own terms. Because real wealth is freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from dependence, freedom from the noise that controls ordinary people. So, before we start building, I want you to say this quietly, maybe even whisper it to yourself. I choose to build wealth with clarity, not with chaos. Let that be your foundation, because from this point forward, everything you learn will come back to that one decision: order over noise. Now, let's step into the blueprint. There are 8 wealth engines, 8 invisible systems that every self-made builder uses, whether they realize it or not. Each one is a lever of power, a way to multiply what you already have. And when you combine them, you don't just make money, you build a fortress. But before I reveal the first engine, think about this. Why do some people earn millions and still lose it all, while others start with nothing and stay rich forever? That difference lies in Engine 1. Engine 1, cash flow architecture. Wealth is not stored, it flows. You can't get rich by stacking money like bricks in a vault. Money is energy. It has to move, circulate, and multiply. Those who understand this control the future. Those who don't become trapped by it. Imagine 2 people, both earn $5,000 a month. One spends $5,900 and saves $100. The other uses that $5,000 to build a small online system that generates $200 every month on autopilot. Who's richer? It's not the one who saved, it's the one who built flow. Because money that moves multiplies, money that sits decays. That's Machiavellian logic. Not moral, but mechanical. You designed the game so the river flows back toward you. Think about every wealthy person you know. Business owners, investors, creators. They don't rely on one job. They have multiple streams of income, systems that breathe for them. Even when they sleep, their machines move. The poor trade time for money. The rich trade systems for freedom. So, if you want to build wealth, your first step is simple. Find one flow you can create this month. Not later, not someday. Sell something you already know how to do. Turn your skill into a product. Create a digital service. Build a small system that earns even $10 without your direct effort. That $10 will teach you more about wealth than any motivational book ever could, because that's the first spark of control. When you make money without waiting for permission, and here's the open secret, the moment your money starts to flow independently of your time, you begin crossing from worker to builder. That's the first line Machiavelli would draw between the powerless and the powerful. Now, before you rush ahead, remember this. Every flow you build will test your discipline. You'll be tempted to spend early, you'll want to enjoy it, but discipline is what separates flow from chaos. If you can control the river, you can expand it. If you can't, you'll drown in it. So, build your first stream, control it, and then let it grow. Because once you master cash flow architecture, everything else becomes possible. But there's a deeper layer. Most people who understand cash flow still stay small. They build streams but never rivers. They work hard but never scale.
Why? Because they haven't discovered the second engine, and this one changes everything. It's what allows a single person to do the work of 10. It's the difference between grinding endlessly and multiplying effortlessly. We'll unlock that next, but before we go there, if this lesson already shifted something in your thinking, take 3 seconds right now, subscribe to this channel, because what's coming next is the kind of knowledge
People usually hide, the kind that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary power. Imagine this. You're building your cash flow. It's starting to work, but suddenly you hit a wall, for there's only 24 hours in a day. You're earning more, but your time is gone. You can't push harder without breaking. What do? That's the wall every self-made builder hits. And that's where the second engine comes alive. You'll soon see how the wealthy multiply time instead of spending it. You'll learn the weapon they all use quietly, the one Machiavelli would call the lever that moves the world. And once you see it, you'll never look at work the same way again. Engine 2. Leverage systems. At some point, every ambitious person faces the same nightmare, the realization that there's not enough time. You're working harder than ever, but the reward barely moves. You start to wonder, if effort equals money, why do the hardest workers often stay poor? The answer is simple, because effort without leverage is slavery. The wealthy don't get rich by doing more. They get rich by multiplying the impact of what they do once. Leverage is power. It's the ability to move mountains with one finger, not because you're stronger, but because you built a system that does the lifting. Machiavelli understood this better than anyone. He said, "The wise man does what he can, while the fool does all he can." That's the art of leverage, doing less but designing better. Think of 3 kinds of leverage: people, delegation, leadership, alliances; systems, automation, tools, technology; capital, money that works for you, not against you. Each one allows you to multiply your reach without multiplying your exhaustion. Picture this: a freelancer spends 10 hours designing one website for one client. A builder spends 10 hours creating a template, automates delivery, and sells it 1,000 times. Both worked hard once, but only one built leverage. The freelancer earns once, the builder earns forever. And here's the cruel irony. Most people think freedom means doing everything themselves, but true freedom begins when you stop doing everything yourself. If you want to grow, you must release control. You must learn to trust systems more than your stamina, because your body has limits. Systems don't. Now imagine this like a pyramid. At the bottom, you trade time for money. In the middle, you trade results for money. At the top, you trade systems for freedom. Your goal is not to climb faster, it's to climb smarter. So start small. If you're doing something repeatedly, build a system around it. Automate it, document it, or delegate it. Each hour you save becomes a seed you can plant elsewhere. That's how empires are built, not through chaos, but through structure. Because structure, not speed, is what multiplies wealth. But there's something even more dangerous than no leverage: blind leverage. When you copy other systems without understanding their strategy, you build a house on quicksand. You think you're scaling, but you're actually amplifying failure. So before you automate, ask this: am I multiplying the right thing? Because leverage amplifies whatever you feed it, discipline or disorder. That's why Machiavelli warned, the unarmed prophet perishes. Without clarity, every tool you build can destroy you. Now that you understand leverage, the ability to multiply your force, let's go one level higher. Because even with leverage, there's still risk. What if your systems fail? What if your investments collapse? What if the market shifts overnight? That's where the third wealth engine emerges, the one most people fear, but the wealthy worship.
It's called asymmetric bets, and it's how the rich win even when they lose. But before we go there, pause for a moment. If this message has opened your mind, if it's made you rethink the way you see effort and control, then do this right now. Subscribe to this channel and join others who are building their empires with wisdom, not chaos, because what's coming next will challenge the way you see risk itself. Engine 3: Asymmetric Bets. Most people misunderstand risk. They think it's something to avoid. They see danger, uncertainty, and run the other way. But Machiavelli saw it differently. He wrote, "The fortune favors the bold, not because the bold are reckless, but because they design their risks intelligently." The wealthy don't take random risks. They make asymmetric bets, choices where the potential gain is massive and the potential loss is minimal. Picture this: you risk $100 to earn $1,000, but you only make that bet when your research, timing, and strategy give you a clear edge. Even if you fail,
9 times, the one win changes your entire life. That's asymmetric thinking. The poor chase certainty. The wealthy chase leverage with limited downside. It's why they invest in startups, digital assets, or intellectual property. They don't need every idea to win, just one that works explosively. Here's the mental model. If you can't lose much, but you can gain a lot, take the shot. If you can lose a lot, but only gain a little, walk away. Most people do the opposite. They take small wins with huge hidden risks, loans, status games, unsustainable jobs, and they ignore the opportunities that look uncertain but actually hide exponential reward. So how do you think like a Machiavellian investor? You look for optionality, the ability to win in multiple ways. You enter rooms where even failure teaches you something profitable. You build moves where time is your ally, not your enemy. Example, creating content that builds audience. You might not earn much today, but you're planting leverage, visibility, reputation, trust. Each video, each idea compounds. That's an asymmetric bet. Small effort now, exponential return later. Another example, learning a skill that can't be automated. Most people fear AI replacing them. A Machiavellian mind uses AI to replace others. That's not luck, that's intelligent risk. So here's the truth. If your life feels safe, you're probably not getting wealthier, because safety without scalability is a cage. You need to start designing your risks. Every builder must ask, where can I risk little but gain a lot? That's where power hides. But, and this is important, asymmetric thinking without patience turns into gambling, and gambling destroys kingdoms. So you must pair every risk with time, because time turns smart risks into compounding empires. That's the philosophy behind our next principle, the one few talk about but every wealthy mind uses subconsciously. It's called positioning power, and it's how the rich attract money without chasing it. But before we unlock that, ask yourself this right now. Are you chasing opportunities, or are opportunities chasing you? If you feel like you're always running after money, this next lesson will flip the game completely. Engine 4. Positioning power. There's a quiet rule in the world of money. The world doesn't pay the hardest worker. It pays the most visible one. You can be talented, smart, even brilliant, but if no one sees your value, the world will act like it doesn't exist. That's why the wealthy don't just work, they position. They don't chase opportunity. They stand where opportunity must pass. Think of it like this. You can fish in an empty pond for hours, or you can stand where the river meets the sea, where all the fish flow naturally. Same efforts, different positioning. Machiavelli said, a prince must learn to be both fox and lion. The fox represents strategy, understanding where power flows. The lion represents strength, the ability to act when the moment comes. Most people are lions, all effort, no foresight. The wealthy are foxes. They design their visibility before the fight even begins. Visibility is currency, position is power. So how do you build positioning power?
Choose your field wisely. Don't fight in crowded markets where everyone looks the same. Choose a niche where your voice can echo, not drown. Craft a visible identity. People trust clarity. If they can't describe what you do in one sentence, you're invisible. Build perceived authority. Share your insights. Teach publicly. Document your progress. The more you show your mind, the more the world sees your value. When people start coming to you instead of you chasing them, you've achieved positioning power. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop chasing money, it starts chasing you. But don't mistake visibility for vanity. This isn't about showing off. It's about strategic presence. The world can't reward what it can't see. Now, here's the twist. Even if you're perfectly positioned, the moment still matters. You can have the best system, the best skill, the best idea, but if you act at the wrong time, it all collapses. That's why the next wealth engine exists. Engine 5. Timing advantage. Time is the invisible force that makes or breaks every empire. You've seen it before. Someone buys crypto too late. Someone sells a business too early. Someone builds an idea before the world is ready. The difference between winning and losing isn't skill, it's timing. Machiavelli wrote, "He who builds on the people builds on mud." He meant that timing, not effort, determines stability.
Because power and fortune both move in cycles. The poor react to time. The wealthy anticipate it. They watch patterns, not trends. They study the rhythm of attention, capital, and demand. When the world rushes in one direction, they quietly prepare for the reversal. That's why you'll never see a truly rich mind panic during chaos. They know that when everyone's afraid, prices are low, and when everyone's greedy, danger hides in the noise. Here's how to think like a Machiavellian strategist when it comes to timing. Move early when stakes are small. The earlier you enter, the cheaper the lesson. Wait longer than most can endure. Patience is the hardest leverage in a noisy world. Act fast when opportunity peaks. Once you recognize the opening, hesitation kills the reward. That's how timing advantage works. Patience, observation, precision. Because the clock is a weapon. The patient win. And here's an open truth. Timing isn't luck. It's preparation meeting patience. You don't wait for opportunity. You prepare so deeply that when it arrives, you strike instantly. But there's one more piece, because even with perfect timing and strong positioning, you can't grow alone. Money moves through people, and those who master human connection multiply faster than any algorithm ever could. Engine 6, network capital. You've heard it before, your network is your net worth, but most people repeat that line without understanding its depth. A true network isn't a list of contacts, it's a living ecosystem of trust, reputation, and reciprocity. It's not who you know, it's who knows you and believes in your value. Every empire in history, from Rome to modern Silicon Valley, was built on alliances, because even the most powerful ruler needs generals, advisors, and soldiers. Machiavelli warned, "The wise prince builds friendships before he needs them." The poor ask for help when they're desperate. The rich plant seeds years before the harvest. Here's how the wealthy build network capital. They give before they take. Every introduction, every idea, every act of value plants a future return. They curate who they keep close. They don't collect people, they select allies. Each connection must add strength, not noise. They guard reputation fiercely, because reputation is compound interest in human form. One betrayal can erase years of growth. The truth is, money follows trust, and trust can't be rushed. It must be earned, demonstrated, and repeated. When you build genuine alliances, opportunities start finding you. One introduction turns into 5. One collaboration turns into a company. One conversation turns into a fortune. But remember this, a network without integrity collapses. If your relationships are built on manipulation instead of mutual value, they'll crumble the moment pressure hits.
So build slow, build strong, build honestly, because a solid network can outlast markets, recessions, and even your lifetime. Now, think of what we've covered so far. You have cash flow, your streams, leverage, your systems, risk design, your bets, positioning, your visibility, timing, your rhythm, and network, your alliances. 6 engines, all interconnected, all compounding. But here's the warning Machiavelli would whisper right now. Power without discipline is chaos, and chaos destroys empires faster than any enemies ever could. That's where the 7th engine exists, the one that protects everything you built. It's called the Discipline Fortress, and it's not glamorous, it's not loud, but it's the wall that keeps your empire from falling. We'll enter that fortress next, but before we go, if this message has helped you think differently about wealth, control, and strategy, subscribe to this channel right now, because most people will never learn these hidden mechanics, and you are already ahead of them. Stay here, keep learning, build wisely, because the next part isn't about making money, it's about keeping it, and that's where the real power begins. Engine 7. The Discipline Fortress. If wealth is a castle, then discipline is the wall that protects it. You can have cash flow, leverage, and networks, but if you lack control, it all slips through your fingers. Machiavelli said, "The man who cannot command himself cannot command others." He was right, because the world doesn't destroy most people. Their impulses do. Discipline is the quiet force that separates the temporary rich from the permanently wealthy. It's not flashy, it's not exciting, but it's the only way to keep what you build. Most people fail not because they're lazy, but because they're leaky. Every paycheck, every opportunity, every ounce of focus leaks out through distraction, consumption, and emotion. The wealthy operate differently. They build systems of control. Automatic savings, scheduled investments, clear boundaries for time and attention. They don't rely on willpower, they rely on structure. Think of it like this. A river with no banks floods and destroys everything around it. But when you channel it, it powers cities. That's what discipline does. It channels your potential into productivity. Wealth isn't earned, it's kept, then multiplied. And here's the secret nobody tells you. Discipline doesn't kill freedom, it creates it. Because when your habits are strong, your mind is free. If you spend your energy fighting your impulses every day, you'll never have energy left for creation. But once you master control, creation becomes effortless. So here's a challenge. Pick one financial habit and automate it. Save automatically. Invest automatically. Learn automatically. Don't let your goals depend on mood or motivation. Lock them into systems. That's how you build a fortress that even chaos can't break. But what's the point of defending wealth if it ends with you? That brings us to the final engine, the one that transforms riches into legacy. Engine 8, Legacy Design. Machiavelli once said, "Men sooner forget the death of their father than the loss of their inheritance." It's a brutal truth, but it reveals something profound. People crave continuity. They want to know that what they build will outlive them. That's what legacy design is all about. True wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how much endures, because the rich die, but the wealthy remain. Legacy is not just inheritance, it's imprint, the systems, values, and knowledge you leave behind. Every empire, every dynasty, every enduring fortune followed this formula. Build systems that operate without you. Teach principles that protect those systems. Pass both forward. That's legacy, when your absence doesn't end your influence. So ask yourself, are you building something that depends on you, or something that transcends you? Because real success isn't when you're indispensable, it's when your creation survives without you. Maybe your legacy is financial assets that keep compounding. Maybe it's intellectual lessons, teachings, or ideas that ripple through generations. Or maybe it's spiritual, the character you pass down through example. Whatever it is, remember the goal isn't immortality, it's impact.
When you design your wealth to outlive you, you stop playing for pleasure and start playing for permanence. And that's the highest level of power. Now that we've built all 8 engines, it's time to tie everything together to close this journey with purpose. Because knowledge means nothing until you act. Pick one wealth engine, just one, and apply it for the next 30 days. Don't just listen, don't just nod, build. If you choose cash flow, create one new stream of income, even if it's small. If you choose discipline, set up one system that locks your savings automatically. If you choose networks, reach out to 3 people who can expand your world. If you choose leverage, automate one task this week. Wealth isn't built in theory, it's built in practice. Action turns knowledge into architecture. And if this message resonated with you, if it made you rethink how you see money and power, then do this right now. Subscribe to this channel, because this is where we decode what others hide, the mechanics of wealth, power, and freedom. Every video here is designed to make you see the world the way strategists do, not the way followers are told to. Remember this, money is a tool, not a master. Wealth without wisdom enslaves. Wealth with wisdom liberates. Machiavelli taught that power without restraint collapses into tyranny. The same is true of money. If you build with discipline, you become a prisoner of your own success. So build with clarity, not chaos, with purpose, not greed, with freedom, not fear. Your goal isn't to dominate others, it's to design independence, sovereignty, the quiet strength to say no when others can't. This isn't about cars, watches, or applause. This is about choice, the ability to wake up and decide your direction, the power to protect the people you love, the confidence to create without begging for permission. True wealth isn't luxury, it's control over your time and mind. That's what the poor chase but never capture, not money, but mastery. And when you master yourself, you master every game that others think, but because they're leaky. Every paycheck, every opportunity, every ounce of focus leaks out through distraction, consumption, and emotion. The wealthy operate differently. They build systems of control. Automatic savings, scheduled investments, clear boundaries for time and attention. They don't rely on willpower, they rely on structure. Think of it like this: a river with no banks floods and destroys everything around it. But when you channel it, it powers cities. That's what discipline does. It channels your potential into productivity. Wealth isn't earned, it's kept, then multiplied. And here's the secret nobody tells you. Discipline doesn't kill freedom, it creates it. Because when your habits are strong, your mind is free. If you spend your energy fighting your impulses every day, you'll never have energy left for creation. But once you master control, creation becomes effortless. So here's a challenge. Pick one financial habit and automate it. Save automatically. Invest automatically. Learn automatically. Don't let your goals depend on mood or motivation. Lock them into systems. That's how you build a fortress that even chaos can't break. But what's the point of defending wealth if it ends with you? That brings us to the final engine, the one that transforms riches into legacy. Engine 8, Legacy Design. Machiavelli once said, "Men sooner forget the death of their father than the loss of their inheritance." It's a brutal truth, but it reveals something profound. People crave continuity. They want to know that what they build will outlive them. That's what legacy design is all about. True wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how much endures, because the rich die, but the wealthy remain. Legacy is not just inheritance, it's imprint, the systems, values, and knowledge you leave behind. Every empire, every dynasty, every enduring fortune followed this formula. Build systems that operate without you. Teach principles that protect those systems. Pass both forward. That's legacy, when your absence doesn't end your influence. So ask yourself, are you building something that depends on you, or something that transcends you? Because real success isn't when you're indispensable, it's when your creation survives without you. Maybe your legacy is financial assets that keep compounding. Maybe it's intellectual lessons, teachings, or ideas that ripple through generations. Or maybe it's spiritual, the character you pass down through example. Whatever it is, remember the goal isn't immortality, it's impact. When you design your wealth to outlive you, you stop playing for pleasure and start playing for permanence. And that's the highest level of power. Now that we've built all 8 engines, it's time to tie everything together to close this journey with purpose. Because knowledge means nothing until you act. Pick one wealth engine, just one, and apply it for the next 30 days. Don't just listen, don't just nod, build. If you choose cash flow, create one new stream of income, even if it's small. If you choose discipline, set up one system that locks your savings automatically. If you choose networks, reach out to 3 people who can expand your world. If you choose leverage, automate one task this week. Wealth isn't built in theory, it's built in practice. Action turns knowledge into architecture. And if this message resonated with you, if it made you rethink how you see money and power, then do this right now. Subscribe to this channel, because this is where we decode what others hide, the mechanics of wealth, power, and freedom. Every video here is designed to make you see the world the way strategists do, not the way followers are told to. Remember this, money is a tool, not a master. Wealth without wisdom enslaves. Wealth with wisdom liberates. Machiavelli taught that power without restraint collapses into tyranny. The same is true of money. If you build with discipline, you become a prisoner of your own success. So build with clarity, not chaos, with purpose, not greed, with freedom, not fear. Your goal isn't to dominate others, it's to design independence, sovereignty, the quiet strength to say no when others can't. This isn't about cars, watches, or applause. This is about choice. The ability to wake up and decide your direction, the power to protect the people you love, the confidence to create without begging for permission. True wealth isn't luxury, it's control over your time and mind. That's what the poor chase but never capture, not money, but mastery. And when you master yourself, you master every game that others think